Just warming up. I wanted to talk in this workout, this online martial arts workout, about my favorite everyday carry weapon, my EDC, that is not a firearm, and it's the walking cane. The walking cane is one of the most versatile weapons that you're gonna find because you can take it anywhere, and it creates a lot of power in both basic strikes, and then you can use this hook to reach in, grab behind the neck, go into the ear, go into the eye, go up between the legs, hook something, snatch their legs out from under them, put them on the ground, and then you have the strike here, strike here. There's so many things you're gonna do with this everyday carry martial arts tool, or everyday carry self-defense tool, and you're gonna start with this basic warm-up. Start with it in your hand. You're going around your body, and I want you to see this today. I put the chair out because you can do all the same things that you can do standing while you're sitting in your chair. The purpose of this spin or this twirl is to get the blood flowing and get used to the way this thing moves through space and time. Improve your spatial awareness while getting your heart rate up, and then put it into the other hand, same thing. Start to crank it forward. You just kind of loosen your grip there, and you're spinning or you're cranking. Start to increase the speed. Once you start to warm up, squeeze your abs tight. This is a good core workout. And then over and back in front of the body. Slow it first, and then start to speed it up. Because this is an everyday carry self-defense tool or self-defense weapon, everything you do in this kind of a workout starts nice and slow, but then eventually has to go harder and faster so that you get used to that commitment that it takes to defend yourself. If you only practice good technique, nice and slow, you keep it in your comfort zone, it's never gonna work for you. So warm it up, 30 seconds with this spin, 30 seconds over and back, speeding it up when you're ready. Same thing into the other hand, 30 seconds, over and back, creating lots of speed, lots of power, faster and faster. And let's go into the basic strikes, because I want you to learn very quickly how to defend yourself with it. I don't want you to learn this as some fancy spinning, fun looking thing. It is. You can get a lot of value out of this as a fun weapon or a fun exercise tool. But I want you to know how to defend yourself with the walking cane you might be carrying. Cane self-defense should always stay super simple. There are a lot of things you can do, again, with that hook, with pressure points, joint locks, come along techniques, things that you may have learned from other styles of martial arts. But in the end, or at the beginning, it's all about getting a better position, put the stick between you and the threat. This is the threat, create that distance. They've got to come through my stick. They've got to come around it to get to me. I stick it right in your face. That makes you make a decision. Do you really want to attack me or not? From here, I have that first basic, hard, fast strike. And think of it as this angle here. This is my right hand, that's the right temple. I'm coming through that angle from one side to the other, and then back to this other shoulder. I bring it back the other way. Think of a simple X, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Once you start to get the motion, speed it up, a little close to that bag. 1, 2, 1, 2. Harder and faster. Full commitment. And if you have it, practice that on the bag. I'm gonna get out of my way now. But that's what you want to start with. If you don't have a bag to hit or something to hit, something to practice with like that, allow yourself to do it in the air with the confidence, with the knowledge. You're gonna know this, that really does work for self-defense. 30 seconds, harder, faster, get that blood rate, blood flow going, heart rate up, get your metabolism up, start to get stronger and healthier. And if you have to be in a chair, you're confined to a chair, or it's easier to do it in a chair, sit up straight as you can, get your other hand up, and practice. You still have all the same power, all the same leverage. You still have a big stick between you and the threat. From here, turn your palm up. Hello, it's good to see you. You're gonna bring it this way, coming through the body, turn it down, bring it up the other way. You warmed up with a down X. Now go into this upper X. This is how you get started. Slow at first, Gradually increasing your speed, little by little, faster and faster. Cane self-defense requires basic moves, big moves, small moves later, but from the beginning, from the day one. As soon as your cane comes in the mail or you go to the store and you pick one up, you walk down the street, you feel the threat, hands between you and the threat, back up, stay back. I have every right to defend myself. Know your rights. It's your right to carry the cane everywhere and anywhere you go, which is why cane self-defense or the walking cane is the best, most effective self-defense tool that's not a gun, an everyday carry item, everyday carry weapon, because it goes everywhere. So practice down, down, up, up. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, gradually increasing. Two things are happening. One, my body is getting used to that hard motion. I'm getting used to what it feels like when I go all in for self-defense. Once you go all in for self-defense, so it really works for you. Every strike, you're trying to stop the fight. You don't know if they've got a knife or a buddy or 2 or 3 people are coming to help them out. You want to get it done in that fight as quickly as possibly as you can, right? As quickly as humanly possible. That's what I'm thinking about. As fast as humanly possible. That means every strike, full commitment. No nice and easy, lackadaisical strikes. You're not just going through the motions. It's not just a martial art that's esoteric or aesthetic. It's pretty to look at. You're doing some fancy stuff. That's not what we're doing here. This is about getting a better position, back up, stay back. Verbal commands, and then hit them, full speed, full power. Take out their eyesight for self-defense, their ability to breathe temporarily, smash their nose, permanently through the throat. They've got the knife in the hand, break that hand, right? Hit their head, turn off their operating system. Boom, out like a light. You go home safe. You have the best everyday carry tool, which is this self-defense walking cane. Self-defense cane, super simple, super basic. So you have 2 down, 2 up, straight across and back. And think of horizontal. Horizontal can be here. And their arms, for me that'd be my arms. That's that knife coming at me. Can be higher. Shut off that operating system, right across the side. They go down, out like a light. A little bit lower to the ribs. Take out their ability to breathe easily. To run after you, to catch you, to chase you, to slam you onto the ground. Take out those ribs. Maybe it's the thigh, right? Especially, and this is my trainer. You can have a trainer and you can have an everyday carry. I want to show you my everyday carry in the car. It's got that nice teardrop shape, which gives it kind of like a dull edge. It's hardwood. And that hardwood dull edge against someone's thigh as they're coming in, trying to take something from me, my life, my dignity, my kids, take them away from me, my wife, my significant other, and they're trying to take that from me. And all I have is this big stick that I'm allowed to carry everywhere, everyday carry weapon, right? From here, right into that thigh, that's it. Breaks that bone. Hard for them to chase, hard for them to come after me. Yes, yeah, that's why we do this, right? Because this non-firearm, it's not a firearm. But you know what? You can't, let's say you're walking out, you have to go into a certain neighborhood or you live in a certain neighborhood. You come out of your house at night, you're walking to the mailbox, you're walking to your car to go to work, you're walking to the bus station and the train station. It's your every right for you to be safe, for you to live your life without other people trying to take things from you. And you're walking there and you have a gun. Let's say you're one of these guys that every day carry with a gun. And all of a sudden, some guys are a little too close and you don't feel comfortable. There's 3 or 4 of them and it just doesn't feel right. You pull out your gun and you start sticking it in their face and they all pull out their phones. Everybody watching's got a phone. Security cameras up on the corners, every single street now. You're on the news. They take your gun away from you forever because you misread the situation. Now, same scenario, you just don't feel comfortable. You've got a cane. Hey guys, how's it going? Right? Still a big stick. you're still able to strike, create distance. You hit this guy, you smash that guy, you go to this guy, you come through this guy. You're still able to defend yourself if you have to. And that's my point. That's why an everyday carry weapon is so effective. And not everybody, yeah, it's a weapon of opportunity. Not everybody is allowed to, qualifies for, lives in an area where they can carry a firearm, but anybody can carry this. Especially it has to have this hook. In the United States, the American with Disabilities Act, the ADA says you can take this anywhere you want to go. Bank, TSA, airport, bus station, your kid's school, you can take church, you can take it anywhere. No one has to say to you, show me proof that you need that as a medical device. They can't even ask you, they're not allowed to. Know your rights, right? You carry your everyday carry weapon wherever you go. So we have these horizontal strikes, practice. 1, 2. Quick word about my hand coming up like this on that upward strike and palm up like this, coming through the middle. If I run into this, if my hand's in the wrong position, palm down. This is a real small thing, but you're gonna know this. My palm's down, I come here, it's gonna peel out of my hand. Just too much leverage. Comes out of my hand. Palm up, run into something like their body, their head, that operating system. It's not coming out of your hand. So when you go across, palm up, when you come back, palm down. When you go up and across, palm up and across, palm down on the other side. I just wanted to show you that real quick because that's very important for you to know. So now practice. You have down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, add number 7, straight down the middle. Straight down, horizontal, just on top, straight down the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put it in the other hand, do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, straight down. Let's go over it again. 1, 2, palm up, 3, 4, palm up, 5, palm down, 6, 7. Other hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And understand all of those strikes can be done at different levels. Head level, body level, leg level, or pit bull running around. There's a story here locally. A pit bull got another little girl mauled her. You're out there walking with your kid. You're in a neighborhood. You know that the guy down the street who's renting the house is a jerk, and he's got some pit bulls. And you think, well, maybe, he leaves them outside all night. They bark. They're on a chain, or they got a string around their neck. It's half grown in. I rescued a dog one time from the Humane Society, and she's a beautiful dog, so soft and gentle, but she had been horribly abused, and she had they had to surgically remove the thing around their neck. That happens. This is what I'm talking about. That dog breaks from the chain, or they let him go because they move out in the middle of the night because they didn't pay their rent, or they couldn't, or whatever, and they can't feed the dog, and now you've got 1 or 2 or 3 pit bulls running around. Your little girl's outside playing with her little truck in the sandbox, or you're walking your little dog. You get one of those little dogs, right? And you're walking down, and you grab your cane. Now you have an option. You have a force multiplier. You have a better situation when it comes up right to the nose, and you're not the story. You're not the guy in the newspaper. You have every right to defend yourself against a vicious dog, and that's what that situation requires and calls for. If not, then you make the news. You're another statistic of a pit bull biting that happens every single day in America. All right, anyway, and I'm not advocating against any breed or anything else. I'm just saying it happens. If it happens, this is a good option, right? You're walking down the street and know your levels. Head level, body level, pit bull, or whatever, right? And I've been practicing these two on my back, on the ground. You can also practice, you should practice all your strikes lying down. You don't want to stay on the ground and fight forever. You want to get up as soon as possible. But if you get knocked to the ground, practice that scenario. You're on your back, the guy's coming in. Get him off long enough, push yourself up, fight from your feet. You know what to do when you're on your feet. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch hands, same thing. Those 2 horizontal, the 7, and then add number 8, which is that bayonet attack. Just think of a rifle. You ran out of bullets, fixed bayonets. Here's that knife, straight in. Now, that little rubber tip that makes your cane feel so nice on the floor, all of a sudden is going through the middle of their face for self-defense, the throat, the solar plexus, the groin, between the belly button and the private parts. That dog's face, the nose, coming after you, right? Straight down. So add that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Step in and strike, switch hands. Now, I slid my hand here because you asked me earlier, why do you always do it like this on one side? And then when you switch to the other hand, you use what I like to think of as the big knuckle, right? The hammer. That hammer, I like to think of that also as the rifle butt, which is just the opposite. That's the bayonet. There's the rifle butt. But I also like to think of using it, going from this hand, and then if I'm in this hand, that makes sense, right? One hand to other hand. But what if you're too close, you rush in, you being the bad guy, face to face, from here, you caught me off guard, I'm here, smash. This is very effective. This will move them back very quickly. All the force is there against the nerves in their chest or their throat, which will break. It takes away their ability to breathe permanently. Or their face, just right through the nose. You can picture it. You know it works. Down. You know, something, they got a hold of you, smashing down. And then you're back to fighting. Smash it, but you're back to fighting, and now it's in the other hand. Here's why I want you to see this. Don't overthink it. When we talk about these big moves, I'm striking, down, boom. And then it happens to be on this side. The point is this, it works whether this side is coming at you, you being the bad guy, or this side is coming at you. The benefit of this side is because you have a little extra material. It's like a hammer, it's a leveraged weight. It hits harder, has more surface area to strike. From here, right in the face, right, or in the ribs. That's your next practice. So I'm gonna lower it just a little bit because I feel like I'm lifting my hands up too much. I want you to see what it looks like. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step in on that strike, other side, same thing, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step in. And now I want you to practice like this, get in a better position. Back up, I have every right to defend myself. You don't have to like me, but you can't touch me. And then self-defense. One strike, and step up. The threat's now here. There were 2 of them. From here, you see this guy, he's coming fast. Right as you go in to engage this guy who's coming at you to hurt you or take something from you, your dignity, your life, your freedom, your ability to move around and move about unmolested by bad guys. One, then you see his buddy. He's coming in here fast. A big chunk of concrete to smash your head. Or a frozen water bottle. Or a brick. You know where I'm going with this, right? 1, 2. And you take this and you just put it right to the side. That's 2 of them. 1, step in, 2. So practice with your technique. See how I'm kind of winded? I want you winded. I want you to be out of breath. I want you to increase your focus, your intensity of your mental focus, your intensity of your effort, your physical effort. Those 2 things. Increase mental focus. Yeah, it's not just Belarus, it's Portland, it's Wisconsin. It's been all over, it's everywhere in the world right now, right? But I said this earlier, don't get stuck on this idea that the whole world's horrible. The whole world's great. There's small pockets of craziness. And would you rather be prepared or do you want to panic? If it comes to your neighborhood, it could, most likely it won't. Hopefully it won't. If it does, I hope you're prepared. Practice so that you don't have to lie awake at night worrying about things. Greetings from Argentina. Yeah, it's in Argentina. It's in Venezuela for sure. 1, 2. Then take this into the other hand and step back and do the same thing on the other side. Think of this as a basic kata or a little pumse, the Koreans call it, or a form or a pattern, whatever you want to think of. From here, get in a better position, strike forward, strike to the side, switch feet. Strike forward, strike to the side, switch feet. 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll call this a fighting set because this is self-defense. I want you to stay in that mindset of fighting for self-defense. Defend yourself the fighting cane or the self-defense cane. From here, 1, 2, other side. Make yourself a smaller target. Learn how to fight behind your cane. Fight behind your stick. See how I get smaller and I stick it between you? I want to interrupt your line of sight. I don't want you to see anything but a big piece of wood in your face. I want to control the fight. That's a self-defense principle. From here, if I can get it in your line of sight, that's called a pattern interrupt. Especially if the other person is a predator, a bully, a group of people who've been emboldened because no one's holding them accountable. And they're just going around doing bad things to people. And they're used to seeing people cower in fear. That's the panic. But you've prepared. And you're not ready to panic. You put your staff or your stick between you and the other person. Well, it's good to have you. Thanks for coming by. From here, it interrupts their line of sight. Now they've got to move around. To see my face, they've got to move around my stick. They're not going to punch my stick. They're not going to stab it with a knife. They might have those intentions for my body, for my face, but now they've got to deal with this. From here, I give the verbal command, back up, stay back. I have every right to, and then if they don't, I've got those basic strikes. I've got that rifle bayonet strike. I've got this one where I just go straight through the middle of them. But then their buddies here. I've got this one. I can do it here, so practice that. From here, one side, step in, slide to the other side. This lateral movement, lateral just meaning to the side. Most people don't do that much anymore. As you get older, you've got to stay young in your body. That means flexibility, mobility, being able to move one side to the other side. If the attack's coming straight in, move to the side. Remember Mr. Miyagi? At the end of the movie, the guy goes to punch him in the face. He just goes to the side. He goes to the other side. That's what I want you to be able to do. Strike, get to the side. Strike, get to the side. Strike, get to the side. Defend yourself against this guy and then this guy. And you might not be that mobile yet. And that's okay. You might be using this or even two for more mobility. And maybe getting to the side is just like this, but at least you're moving, at least you're still doing it. Now I want to finish with one exercise you can do immediately with a band, an exercise band, or what's called a resistance band, to improve your ability for close quarters combat, to be more lethal, more powerful, more dynamic, more explosive. They're in your face, you smell their nasty, dirty breath. They haven't brushed their teeth. Who knows what else they've been doing? And you want them out of your face. That means you're here, they caught you off guard, you bring it straight down here, and all you're gonna do is with as much force, speed, power as you've got, boom, smash them back. Let me show you how to get more speed, power, force. Start like this. Any band will do discount stores. They often have them, if you have like a TJ Maxx, if you're in the States, Bed Bath & Beyond. I think that's, no, the other one, Home Goods, that's what it's called. Home Goods, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls. They're all the same company. And they have these things all the time. Or like a Target, a Walmart, they have these things. A lot of times they're on the clearance rack if no one's bought them. This stuff's really popular right now, so it might be hard to find. But I found a bunch of them last week at the local Marshalls. But I also get them on, look for all my lightsaber videos. There are a ton of them on. Just put my last name in, lightsaber. I'll show you how to do single blade, double-bladed lightsaber. Teach you like Darth Maul. You want to learn how Ahsoka Tano, do all that stuff. It's a metaphor for society, right? Basically, those Star Wars movies came from Akira Kurosawa. If you want to see the originals, go to find Akira Kurosawa, the old movies like The Fortress, which is what supposedly George Lucas based his Star Wars on, was Akira Kurosawa's The Fortress, a lot of it. That's why I don't feel bad when that guy claims that people are copying his ideas. He didn't have an original idea. Most of us don't. We all copy each other. Hopefully we make it better. So all I'm doing, I just swung it around the back, right? It's like I'm doing standing push-ups. This is gonna get you lean, strong, healthy, but it's also gonna give you that explosive dynamic power. Do this for 30 seconds. And then you're going to explode and back, explode. Ron, right? R-A-N, explode and back, explode. Seven Samurai, explode. And that turned into what? The Magnificent Seven, the cowboy movie. and almost all of the old Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns, as they're called, like Hang 'em High, a few dollars more, Fistful of Dollars, all those are based on those old Yojimbo, meaning bodyguard, Yojimbo. Saw some real life, modern day bodyguards today. They've got some big everyday carries, but they're not canes. But that's their job, right? They need to do that. All right, so explode for 30 seconds with this explode, and they're just coming straight out from the chest. Then I want you to work on the lower part of your chest. That's gonna make you look stronger, it's gonna make you feel more confident, but it's also gonna give you more power when you start to push down. 2, 3, and you're gonna do this for 30 seconds. And again, explode and bring it in slowly. Explode, and then up for 30 seconds. Exploding, and that's working the upper part of that muscle, the top part of your chest. Not for looks. You can go to the gym, get a personal trainer, do bodybuilding, and look like a big, whatever, or a fitness model. That's okay. No judgment. What I'm saying is, I want this stuff to work for me. I want useful muscle, practical muscle. I want explosive, get out of my face. I'm defending my family and my right for you not to touch me and not to take things from me. So I do with my cane, my self-defense cane, and my bands. I do as much as I can to avoid the gym because I want this kind of explosiveness. It's like if I were a basketball player, I want to do my basketball shots, but then when I see my personal trainer, I'm like, hey coach, show me things that I can do to make me better on the court. He's probably not going to have me on the pec deck, or the old Nautilus machine. He's going to have me doing battle ropes and all that kind of stuff. He's going to have me doing bands. So we're going up, and then out and turn. We didn't talk about this in this workout yet, but someone grabs your cane. Best way to get their hand off is to turn it, smash down right through their face. When their hand's here and you turn like this, that's what their body's going to do. Watch my face. That's the look of surprise. And it works both ways. Like this. So you go out and you turn in and back. And then before you finish the motion, you're out again. It's time under tension. This is going to make you super strong, more powerful, useful, athletic, all those words. You're going to be an athlete, a martial athlete, a self-defense athlete, a self-defense cane warrior, an everyday carry, weapon warrior, to protect yourself and your family. We're going to keep it simple. It's serious stuff for me. Star Wars stuff, that's fun, right? I like that. A lot of the martial arts I do, fun. But this stuff, self-defense, cane, it's practical. Self-defense cane, practicality, it's real for me. I train with this like someone's really trying to take something from me that's really important. My life, my dignity, or the life of a loved one, or their dignity. And that's what I think about when I train. And if you think about those when you train, your training becomes more intense, more severe. And you need to train intensely and severely so that you can do it. Now, I'm gonna lower the camera one more time. Hang on, I'm getting nauseous. Palms up, hips back. The cane is just under your glutes, your gluteus maximus, right? Hips back, your buttocks. Push them back and curl, curl. Over and over. How long? 30 seconds at least. 30-second sets. And then make this up, explosive. I want that knockout, that uppercut. When I swing that cane up, when I take the hook and I stick it between their legs, and then I rip it off the ground, right? They come running, and I take them out before they get close enough to hurt me or someone I care about. I'm coming up with that swing. I want the power. That comes from this. I do this 30 seconds, rest. The second time I do it, I'm going to turn my palms down. That's going to work the top part of this arm. My elbows are in close to the body. Get your elbows in and pull. 2 for 30 seconds. Keep your stomach up and in, abs tight, because you're standing, and you can do this. Obviously, I'm going to sit in the chair, and maybe you can't hook it under your hips. Maybe you can hook it around the wheels of your chair or the legs of the chair, but you'll find a way. 30 seconds. Then, third set, bring your palms in. your hands on the inside of the band so you have this narrow grip, and do it again. See how that, when it goes down, it kind of shakes like that? I'm exaggerating a little like that, right? That's good. That means, unlike a machine in the gym, I'm hitting every part of that arm, that upper arm, the forearm, the grip in my hand, plus a little bit of my chest, a little bit of my shoulders and my back, and my stomach up and in the whole time. This is gonna get you super strong and not just to look good, remember? This is all about making you lethal for self-defense when you need it, so you can really defend yourself the way you want to. Those are just 2 exercises. There are many more I'm gonna show you. Practice every day with your everyday carry weapon. Practice every day with your self-defense cane. Practice with this as your warm-up, over and back. Now, I know there are a lot of guys who teach that that works and keeps them back. That's fine, and I'm not saying it doesn't. But what I'm saying to you is, I want you to get like this, and I want you to have some practical stuff to do from the very first day. I do want you to do this combat cane spinning. Combat cane spinning to get proprioception, to get those nice calluses on your hand. So when you need to, the cane slides wherever you want it to. That's from all that spinning. I want you to do this spin like a boxer jumps rope, right? I want you to do it to condition your body. If you can't find the self-defense application here, that's fine. Don't think of it as literal. You're not spinning to keep them back, right? You're simply building your capacity. You're conditioning your body. Just like a boxer skips rope, you're conditioning, you're getting your heart rate up, you're getting your muscles strong, your skin is getting thicker, stronger. That's your warm-up. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikes, and that either a bayonet strike or a rifle butt strike. So 8 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other hand, same thing. I just put the hook on the other side. 8, and then I want you to practice. Step up 1. Think of someone to the side. Think of someone rushing behind you. Put it on the other side. Step up. I know we only did 2 sides. I'm going to show you 3 attackers. The guy in the front. The guy here, you can just go here, by the way. But I want you to break his ribs. The guy right behind you, he's getting real close. Boom. And don't be afraid to do this. You can do that too, like a pull cue. Get more force, more speed, more power. But hit this guy, hit that guy, hit that guy, go to the other side. 1, 2, 3. It's a simple kata. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Over and over again. Wear yourself out in the effort. Get stronger. The more you do, the more you can do. And then finish, get your bands. Start doing your push-ups. Down and up, and then put it under your hips. Start doing your curls. Change your hand position. Bring your hands in closer. You can alternate. You can do all that stuff. All of it works. Oh, pushing and turning. Pushing and turning. You can practice. Imagine someone's got their hand there. You turn it, and then you shove it. That hurt me just doing that. From here, because your hand's not supposed to go like that. All these nerves get bunched up. They get stretched. And then I'm firing them when I go straight down in them that way, right? Thank you, I appreciate that. And there are, like I said, so many pressure point techniques, joint locks, come along techniques, meaning the guy grabs me here and I turn it here and I cross my arms and I come. When I did the Hapkido combat cane years and years ago, that's all we did. Was what did you do? How do you, the guy, you hold your cane like this, he throws a kick, you push him so that he spins. All of a sudden you stick the cane up between his legs and you pull. Super cool, super fun, especially when your partner is also a black belt and they know what they're doing and so they do it perfectly for you. And you look so good. But I don't want you to think about that. I want you to think of day 1. Pick it up, put it between you and them. Hit them, smash them, go home safe. Later, when this becomes your martial art, where it becomes your passion and your pastime, learn combat cane spinning for fun, for conditioning, for cross training. Learn how keto cane, all the intricate moves, all the joint locks, pressure points, takedowns, come along techniques for aesthetic reasons, to expand your mind. But from day one, from this position, back up, learn that. Keep it simple. Self-defense has to be practical, it has to be immediate, direct, explosive. It's gotta work, or what's the point? You can do all of that with your everyday carry weapon, in this case, the self-defense walking cane. Check the link below because you can get this training cane or an everyday carry cane, similar to one that I have. I have a new signature line coming out. I'll share that with you when it's ready. But for right now, if you want one that's a little bit more sturdy than this is perfect because it's lightweight. You can learn how to train. It's inexpensive, but then the next one that's on there, if you go and you look at those pages, you'll see two training canes, or two canes. One says training, the other one says street cane. Street cane's heavier. Street cane's gonna break a leg. Street cane's gonna break their arm. Street cane's gonna break through a rib for self-defense. That's why I like it so much. And it's still a medical device. Take it anywhere with you. Know your rights. I'm gonna put those up on the next video too. Thanks so much. Check out the links below. I'll see you guys in a little bit.